Hey guys, today we're going to be going over net worth. Now let's go over some of these definitions. There aren't too many to go over, so this won't take too long. But let's talk about this net worth. And usually you don't hear much about it, and for most people, but you do hear about this if you talk like about Bill Gates or other people like that. And just so you have a general understanding of why they say what their net worth is, everybody's got a net worth, but let's go over some of these definitions real quick. So, a financial asset is an object or item of value that one owns. So that's pretty much talking about like your car or your house or any furniture that you may have, or even cash that you may have in the bank, anything like that, anything of value. Um, Assets represent a positive value relationship to net worth. So of course, for your net worth, it means that you just have more of it. So it represents a positive value. A financial liability is an unpaid or outstanding debt. That's pretty much like your credit cards, student loans, anytime you owe money, and that's a liability. It means you owe it back. Liabilities represents a negative value in relationship to net worth. Values may or may not be indicated by a negative sign. So when they make these charts and talking about your liabilities and assets, a lot of people are helpful and they'll put the negatives for you. Sometimes you just got to know that it's a liability and maybe mark it with a negative just so you know it is subtracting money out from your net worth. Financial assets and liabilities records may fluctuate each month depending on payments made towards liabilities, whether additional liabilities are taken on, or the value of an asset changes due to appreciation or depreciation. So yes, this could change over time. It could change daily, in fact. It just all depends. So if you make a payment towards a liability, for example, you put money towards your credit card, and then you get paid, well, then you have more. You're just better off. I mean, so your liability decreases because you paid off that credit card. So let's say your credit card's at $500, you pay $300 towards this. Now it's $200. So your liability is actually less. Also, you can go the other way. If you use your credit card to buy that big screen TV or anything else, that new gaming system, you actually could be increasing your liabilities, making yourself owe more money. Or if also it talks about appreciation or depreciation, usually let's talk about your house, your furniture, your car, anything like that. Easiest one to go off of is like your car. Typically, cars will depreciate in value over time. So, all right, and then appreciation. Usually, easy one is your house. Sometimes, a lot of times, houses do start appreciating. What that means is they start gaining value. Depreciate means they start losing value. All right, your net worth is a total of your assets, so all your assets together of an individual after their liabilities have been settled. So they're pretty much saying you take your assets, everything you have of value, and subtract out your liabilities. So it's kind of an easy formula to remember now. So net worth is equal to everything you own of value minus everything you owe back to somebody else. An individual's net worth may be positive or negative depending on the amount of their assets and liabilities. This is very true. Most people, when they think about net worth, they think it has to be a positive number. Well, that's not exactly true. There are a lot of people that owe a lot of debt. For example, student loans, car loans, credit card debt. They actually have a negative net worth. I mean, most of you guys probably don't have to worry about that. You're still students, and most of you guys probably do not have a negative net worth unless you owe your friend like $20 and you've got no money on you. All right, let's look at some problems here. It says John's assets and liabilities are illustrated in the below tables. Determine John's net worth with the given information. So it looks like his assets here are 3 acres of property in Lavaca County, worth $8,250. His 2001 truck, which is worth $7,615. His collectible first edition book, $230. His investments, $3,459.16. Some household furnishings worth $12,874.52. And the value of his home, which is worth $148,318.74. So this is all money that he really has if he were to sell everything, just sell everything or take everything out. So this is money he has. Mortgage. He owes $113,987.74. So that's a liability, which is kind of good because his mortgage, how much he owes on his house, is less than the value of his home. So his home is actually worth more than what he owes on it right now. His student loans, $3,874.46. And his credit card debt, $2,214.92. Okay, so once again, this is all the money he owes back to somebody else, a bank usually. So we're going to go look for his net worth. So once again, to find the net worth, we got to find out all of his assets and all of his liabilities. And then take those assets and subtract out liabilities. Okay. So right here, the formula, net worth equals assets minus liabilities. So adding up all his assets, let's see, 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6 plus 2 plus 4 is 12. Then we got 1 plus 1 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. And 1 plus 6 plus 9 is 14. Plus 4 is 8. I'm sorry. Did I carry over that 1? Let's see. 14. So 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. And 19 plus 8 is 27. So we got that 2 carried over. So 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 7 is 23. And 23 plus 1 is 24. So carry over that 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. And 24 plus 3 is 27. 7, carry over that 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. 17 plus 3 is 20. 20 plus 2 is 22. And 22 plus 8 is 30. So carry over that 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And then that 1's not adding to anything, so just bring them down. So his total assets are $180,747.42. Okay. Alright guys, later on in this video I'll be doing a lot more math, but I'm more concentrating on the notion, the understanding of your net worth. So I'm not going to add again like that, but so when you add up all those numbers though, you see that his assets are worth that. So next let's go add up the liabilities. And we add up his mortgage, his student loans, and credit card debt. We find that his liabilities are $120,077.12. So that's what he owes all back to the banks probably. So once again, to find the net worth, we're just going to take his assets that we found up above and subtract out the liabilities. So when we take the assets, subtract out the liabilities, we see that his net worth is $60,670.60. So that's not too bad for him. It's actually pretty good. All right. So once again, his net worth, to describe this once again, is taking everything he owns of value and taking away everything that he owes back to somebody else. So after all that's done, you know, if you take everything he owes of value and he sold it all off, for example, and then he paid off all his debts, then that means that he would still have this amount of money left over, that $60,670.60. Okay, next problem. The table below shows Steven's net worth. Assets are shown as positive numbers, and liabilities are shown as negative numbers. So they kind of helped us out here by showing us where the assets and the liabilities is negative numbers. Here we see he's got that collectible first edition worth $230. Credit card debt, liability, we can see that because of the negative 2, $2,214.92. Investments, $3,459.16. Student loans, liability, $3,874.46. 2001 truck, it's left blank. Okay, so let's see. 3 acres of property in Lavaca County, $8,250. His household furnishings worth $12,874.52. His mortgage, once again liability, $113,987.34. And the value of his home is worth $148,318.74. Okay. So they tell us right here, Steven's net worth is $60,670.30. So based on this information on the table, What is the value of Steve's 2001 truck? All right, guys. All right, so what this problem is showing me is that we are missing an asset. So we need to go find that asset. All right, so to maybe understand how to find that asset, maybe if we knew our total assets, how much all they were worth, and if we got that number, maybe we could subtract out all these other assets that we know, and then we would know what the 2001 truck is. So once again, let me explain that. If we knew all of our assets, what all of our assets were worth all together, and then we subtracted already our known assets, that could give us what the value of the truck is, or actually would give us the value of the truck, since that's the only value we're missing. Okay, but how do we find out what our total assets are worth? Well, if you remember back, net worth is equal to assets minus liabilities. So, algebraically speaking, or it would follow that net worth plus liabilities would equal your assets. Now, sometimes people get that right away, but let me try to explain it in a little bit smaller terms. So, let's say that you have $20 in your pocket as a student. You're a student at your school, and you have $20 in your pocket, and that's all you own. That's all you have, and you owe your friend $8. Okay, well, the money in your pocket is an asset, and then you take away the $8 that you owe your friend, which is a liability. So 20 minus 8, of course, is 12. So that is your net worth, $12. But let's say I told you that your net worth is $12 and that you owe your friend $8. Okay, you haven't paid him yet. And I'm telling you now, your net worth is $12. You are worth $12 after you pay your outstanding debts. And you owe your friend $8. So how much is your assets, or how much money do you have? Well, it makes sense. Just take your net worth and add your liability, or your $8 that you owe your friend. And of course, 12 plus 8 is 20. So to find our total assets, we are going to take our net worth, which we are given, and add it to our liabilities. But of course, once again, to find the 2001 truck, we had to know what the value of our known assets are. So I know it sounds confusing, but let's work here. So step 1, let's add up the known assets. So after we add up the first edition book, the investments, the 3 acres of property, his household furnishings, and his value of home, we see that the assets so far that we know about is worth $172,130.42. Okay, remember, that's not all his assets. We're still missing the truck there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is add up his liabilities. So after I add up his liabilities, his credit card debt, his student loans, and his mortgage, I see that his liabilities is $120,077.12. Okay, so once again, like I was trying to explain above with the $20 that you owe your friend, so we're trying to find our total assets. So once again, to find the total assets, we're going to take our net worth and we're going to add our liabilities. Once again, our net worth was given to us up here in the problem where it says Steven's net worth is $60,000, $60,670.30. We're going to take that number and we're going to add it to our liabilities. So when we take $60,670.30 and we add it to $120,077.12, we get $180,747.42. Okay, so that's the total value of his assets. All right, and of course that's a different number than his known assets because we're missing the truck. So now, of course, it makes sense. Let's just take his total assets and subtract out what we already know. And when we do that, we get $7,615. Well, that must be his truck value. So his truck is worth $7,615. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, rewind this video and listen again, and maybe it will after a couple of times. And I only bring that up because some people do get it right away, and I've had students in the past that did struggle with this concept. Okay, the table below shows Adana's net worth. Assets are shown as positive numbers, and liabilities are shown as negative numbers. Okay? So once again, they helped us out by telling us what's the assets and what's the liabilities. If you're looking through the chart here, we've got a savings account, we've got a credit card debt, we see a liability there, vintage toy collection, car loan, student loan. Okay, we're missing a value there. And a car loan is a liability. So I can see here that we're missing a liability. All right, we got investments, we're good on that. Mortgage, another liability, and the value of his home, or the value of her home, sorry. We see that Adana's net worth is $66,702.14. Based on the information in the table, what is the amount of money Adana owes for her student loan? So this time, we're missing the liability. So I'm missing that liability. We're missing information about how much money she still owes to somebody else. Okay. All right, let's go back to that example I gave you with the $20 and you owe your friend $8. Well, let's say this time I told you that your net worth is $12 and that you have $20 in your pocket. So if your net worth is $12, once again, to find your net worth, you take assets minus liabilities. But if I told you the net worth was $12, but you had $20, how much do you owe your friend? Well, of course, you can look at it and say, well, I just take 20 minus 12 and I get 8. But what did you do there? You took your assets, your $20, the cash in hand, and you subtracted your net worth. Okay, so in order to find our liabilities, our total, we would take our assets minus our net worth. Okay, but in order to find the missing value for the student loan, of course, we'd have to know our total for our liabilities. Okay, but like I said, we can easily figure that out. So, once again, let's add up our assets first. So we add up her assets of her savings account, her vintage toy collection, her investments, and the value of a home. We see that our assets are worth $306,494.58. All right, let's go ahead and add up her known liabilities. Remember, we're still missing one. When we add up her credit card debt, her car loan, and her mortgage, we've seen that the known liabilities are $212,646.27. Okay, well, like I said above, let's find out what her total liabilities are. So we'll take her assets and subtract out her, put net income here, but then that's supposed to say her, her net worth. Sorry, guys. So we take our assets minus our net worth. Okay, well, once again, we take that number we found for her total assets, subtract out her net worth. Once again, I'm going to use the wrong word there. I'll fix that later. Subtract that out. We see that our total liabilities are $239,792.44. All right, so now that we know our total liabilities, we see that the number is different from the known liabilities. So we see that the total liabilities is bigger than the known liabilities. So of course, that's where we're missing her student loan. So let's take our total liabilities and subtract out the known liabilities. And when we do that, we get $27,146.17. So that is the value of her student loan. Hey guys, I hope I cleared some things up. If I didn't, just rewatch the video again and maybe you'll be able to clear things up after a little while. Okay, let's go look at a couple more problems over here. I promise they're a little bit easier than the previous ones. Okay, this one says the Brown family has $4,765.25 in assets and $4,360.65 in liabilities. What is their net worth? Okay, so once again, to find the net worth, we use that formula. Oh, hold on, let me go ahead and, there we go. So let's recap real quick. To find the net worth, that's equal to assets minus liabilities. well, they made it pretty easy for us because that's what they're looking for, the net worth. And they went ahead and told us what the assets were. They told us $4,765.25. And we're going to subtract out the liabilities, which was given to us again, of $4,362.65. Okay, well, I'm going to write that up and down because it's easier to do math that way, especially if you don't have a calculator. Okay, so once again, that's assets on the top and liabilities on the bottom. So 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. So I'm going to put that decimal down, keep everything lined up. 5 minus 2 is 3. 6 minus 6 is 0. 7 minus 3 is 4. And 4 minus 4, of course, is 0. We don't need to write that 0 down. So her net worth is equal to $403 and no cents. So there's our answer. Okay, pretty easy. Move on to the next one. All right, it says arrange the following assets and liabilities and construct a net worth statement. Alrighty. Real quick, let me go grab this. All right. So this is assets and liabilities together. So we see checking account. So this is the amount of money in your checking account. So that's, of course, an asset of $14,532. See a student loan. So a loan implies that we owe money. So I'm going to go ahead and put a negative value because they didn't do that for us, just to signify that that is a liability. Retirement savings. So savings, like it sounds, you know, you're saving up money. So that's an asset. $43,675. Credit card debt. Once again, you hear the word debt, it means you owe money. So that's a liability. So I'm going to mark that with a negative. So $10,876. We got a car that's paid off, and they tell us that because they want us to know that it's not a liability. We've already paid it off. There's no loan on it. It's good to go. So it's worth some money. And so that's an asset of $12,225. And lastly, we got a home loan balance of $165,225. So home loan balance. So that might be a little confusing, but what they're pretty much saying here, home loan balance, is they kind of did the math for us. They went ahead and took the value of the home and subtracted out the mortgage, and this was what was left, a positive number. So that's actually an asset. Or, of course, he might have already paid off his house, and that's just what his house is worth. So we're looking here, we only got two liabilities. So they want us to make a statement and find his net worth. So pretty much what they're saying is, let's do assets versus his liabilities. And to find the assets, we just add up all these numbers together. Now if I left myself enough space. And last one. Try to keep those numbers lined up. Okay, so when we add up all the assets, we get 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 5 is 12, and 12 plus 5 is 17. Carry that 1. So 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. 13 plus 2 is 15. Got 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. And 14 plus 2 is 16. I like to go ahead and put my comma down when I'm adding or subtracting. That way, keep everything lined up. So we got 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. And 10 plus 5 is 15. And we got 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. And 7 plus 6 is 13. Let's carry over that 1. So we got 1 plus 1. So His total assets are worth $235,657. Now let's look at his liabilities real quick. How much we owe total. So $1,225 on his student loan. And guys, I know this is not completely accurate if we're trying to do a liabilities and asset statement to find the net worth, because I would have to write down, you know, checking account next to this number and etc. But just don't have the room, and all we're really trying to do is just find his net worth here. You'll see an example of a statement. You've seen a couple of examples, and you'll see one on the next problem. All right, another liability we have here is $10,876. Okay. Of course, we're going to add those together because we're trying to find out this total liability. So 5 plus 6 is 11. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 7 is 10. Carry that 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 8 is 11. Once again, I'm always going to put my comma down. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 0 is still 2. And we'll just bring that 1 down because he's all by himself. So the total amount of his liabilities is $12,101. All right. So lastly, to find his net worth, once again, we did the same thing we did above, where we take assets minus the liabilities. So we'll take $235,657 and subtract out that $12,101. We do that, we get 7 minus 1 is 6. 5 minus 0 is 5. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. And 2 minus, well, nothing here, like a 0, so 2. So it looks like his net worth is $222,556. All right, guys. Let's look at the next problem. It says, Isaiah has organized his personal information to calculate his net worth in a table. Okay, let's go on and see if we can start writing here. All right, so looking at this, I can't go further down. We'll have to keep some numbers in track in a second because we got a couple multiple choice I can't get down to right now, but that's fine. We'll just try to keep our numbers together. So student loans, of course, they don't have any negative numbers here, so what they're trying to tell us to do is we're gonna have to see what our liabilities are, and I like to indicate our liabilities with a negative number. So student loans. So of course, since it's a loan, it is a liability. So let's go and put a little negative here. Checking account balance. So that's money he has in his account. So that's money he has, $1,275. He has an auto loan, so another loan, so another liability. Credit card debt. So once again, the word debt, owe money. Car value, so $3,200. So something of value, so it's an asset. Other personal property, so he has property worth $680. Okay, an asset. Cash on hand, so in his pocket or something. So once again, an asset, money he has, $125. And savings account balance. So once again, money he has, so $625, another asset. So real quick, let's look at these over here in these statements. So based on this information, which table could be Isaiah's assets and liabilities statement? All right, well, let's see. It says cash on hand / bank, $2,025. Well, I don't see anything up here that says cash on hand / bank. So what I think that's implying is, or I'm pretty sure it's implying, he's talking about cash on hand here and what's in the bank. So what's usually in your bank is your savings account and what's in your checking account. All right, so let's go ahead and add those numbers up together. $1,275, that $125 he has on hand, and the savings account is $625. We add that up, we get 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. 1 plus 7 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, and 10 plus 2 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 plus 6 is 10. And of course, 1 plus 1 is 2. So $2,025. Okay. So that looks promising. That checks out. Car value, $3,200. That is an asset, and it is correct. Other personal property, $680. Once again, that is an asset and checks out. Okay, adding up all those numbers, 5 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. Good. 2 plus 0 plus 8 is 10. So 0 down, carry the 1. 1 plus 0 plus 2 is 3. And 3 plus 6 is 9. So that works. And 2 plus 3 is 5. So it looks like that checks out. All right, now is liabilities. Credit card debt, $1,115. Credit card debt, that does check out. Auto loan, $1,850. That checks out as well. Student loans, $12,450. Let's see, $12,450. That checks out. So adding up these numbers, we have 5 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6, and 6 plus 5 is 11. Carry over that 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. And 10 plus 4 is 14. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. Good. And then 1, we'll just bring it down. So that checks out. Okay. Last thing to check is his net worth. It says his net worth is $9,510. Well, I do see that's kind of an issue because he only has $5,905 in assets and he owes this much money. So, do we think his net worth is really $9,510? Well, since all his assets are less than his liabilities, he would actually be a negative net worth. So this positive 9,510 is not correct. Okay, so this would not be a correct answer choice. Okay. Real quick, just so I can see the other answer choices. Let's keep this number in mind, 2025. Cash on hand. Doesn't seem like we had to do anything else. All right, real quick. Let's look at all the answer choices together. Okay. I think I could see them all. All right. So once again, we did decide this wasn't the right answer. Cash on hand / bank, $750. Well, if you remember earlier, we did say that was $2,025. So this can't be right. And C, cash on hand / bank, $750. That's not correct. Oh, we got only one option left. Cash on hand / bank, 2025. Car value, $3,200. And I'm looking back because we did have the same about matching it up to A, which was all correct except for the last part. 3,200, 680. Those match up. And then lastly, do all the liabilities here and the total liabilities match up? They do. So the only thing to check left is the net worth. All right, well, this time they are saying the net worth is negative. And since we already did kill the answer choices, it should be D. But real quick, just a quick extra lesson here. Let's make sure that it is negative $9,510. So once again, to find his net worth, we're going to take his assets of $5,905 and we're going to subtract out his liabilities. Alright guys, so I know this, since we're technically taking like 5,905 and subtracting out a bigger number, most people tend to get confused with that, so I got a simple trick for you. We do see here that the negative number, in this case the minus number, is bigger, correct? So my little trick is what I go ahead and do is I go ahead and write my answer is going to be negative. Oh, sorry. I'm going to do it right over here. Okay, and then what I do is going to take the bigger number and subtract out the smaller number. Once again, I know my answer is negative because the the bigger number was the minus number, the negative. Okay, so doing it that way, 5 minus 5 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. 4 minus 9, we can't do that. We need to borrow. So 14 minus 9 is 5. 4 minus 5, once again, can't do that, so let's borrow. 14 minus 5 is 9. So his net worth is negative 9,510, which does match up. So D would be the correct answer choice. All right. Last one, guys. All right, so let me explain this one. Because it's a lot easier than you think. Some people might try to go the long route, but listen closely and why this one's actually pretty easy. It says David's net worth is $45,765.78, and his assets have a value of $62,784.14. If his assets increase by $2,784.89, so if his assets are increasing, that means his net worth would increase, right? Because net worth is how much money you still have on hand after you subtract out your liabilities. So if I have more assets, then I have more net worth. Okay, that's pretty easy to decipher. And his liabilities decrease by $3,742.36. So if your liabilities decrease, what does that do to your net worth? Well, let's think about it. If you had a credit card and you paid it off, you decreased your liability, which actually means that your net worth increases. Okay, once again, I'll explain that. It's like you owe your friend that $8, but somebody decided to pay that $8 for you. So now your liability, decreased, because now you don't owe that friend any money. So since it decreased, you actually have more money. You still have the cash on hand, so you still have $20. And that is your net worth. So in this case, it's the same thing. So if my liability decreases, it actually increases my net worth. So both these numbers are actually increasing my net worth. So what is his net worth now? Well, the reason why I say this is a lot easier than trying to look at his assets is just take the increase of liabilities and add your decrease of liabilities, because once again, both those are increasing your net worth. So $2,784.49 plus the $3,742.36. Sorry, I was trying to write a plus sign and a dollar sign together. Okay. 9 plus 6 is 15. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. And 8 plus 7 is 15. Carry the 1 again. And so 1 plus 2 is 3. And 3 plus 3 is 6. So his net worth is actually going to increase by $6,526.85. Okay, so we want to know his current net worth. So we'll take what we knew about his net worth before and take the changes. So add up this number we just found. Okay, so 5 plus 8 is 13. 1 plus 9 is 9, and 9 plus 7 is 16. Oh, did I mess that up somewhere? I think I did. Let me check my math again, guys. Sorry. Make sure I wrote these numbers down. Ooh. I think there's my mistake. Yep, it was not 49, it was 89. See how much that changes things. Sorry, guys. 1 plus 8 is 9, and 9 plus 3 is 12. So we're going to put a 2 here instead. Sorry. Carry a 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, and 5 plus 2 is 7. Somebody should have caught my mistake. Alright, so remember that's a 2 and that's a 7. Alright, so let's do it again. 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. And 3 plus 7 is 10. Carrying that 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. And 8 plus 5 is 13. 1 plus 2 is 3. And 3 plus 6 is 9. 5 plus 7 is 12. I'll put that comma there. 1 plus 6 is 7. And 7 plus 5 is 12. And 1 plus 4 is 5. So we can see his new net worth is $52,293.03. So C would be our correct answer choice. All right, that is the lesson for today. I hope y'all learned something, and hope to see y'all soon.